Right, now I think to recall when we left you last time, you had got to Flameford, hadn't you?
That sounds about right.
Did you all see that? Did you see someone has actually made a song for the game?
Yes.
Curse the Crimson Throne.
Many versions of it as well.
Indeed, yes. Very good for if you're doing it face to face, but I don't think I could get away with streaming it here, so alas. We won't be able to play it here. Whether anyone can quote the lines,
released last month.
I know. And also, they basically, I've just bought them all, so I haven't even had a chance to look at them yet. There's a load of city guard adventures that you basically just play city guard and you have to solve crimes. I'm toying with the idea of having a mini campaign, and once I've got them all, and seeing if I can shoehorn them into a bit of savage Discworld. You'll be gone in Ankh-Morpork. But apparently
I was about to say you'd set that in Ankh-Morpork, wouldn't you?
I would. But the reason that songs came about is because the GM who wrote that song, he's actually running Savage Curse of the Crimson Throne. And, well, of course, you know, when you join the City Guard, he's running all the City Guard adventures in Korvosa before everything kicks off. Which is really which was rather good. But anyway, back to today. You are as a party. I managed to lose the map in Flameford. In fact, you're actually in the camp. And officially speaking, from a respect point of view, you don't actually need to do the thing I'm going to make you do today. But that's because you.
And if you'd not told us that, we wouldn't have known anyway.
But you're going to do it anyway because we need to make sure I haven't buggered it up. So there we go. Besides which, it's the whole point where Leia's the chosen one. So I think that's a bit harsh. This not letting someone do that. And I need to add Aki to the combat tracker. Okay, so party sheet.
Please don't tell me that this update screwed up my sound.
No, I can hear you.
Okay.
You want us to tell you that anyway, just for a laugh? Just your sound is screwed up.
Yeah, I don't find
We
it
can hear
funny.
you perfectly well, but the sound is screwed up.
Everything, it holds up the game. I miss stuff, and then I'm jumping in not knowing what the hell's going on, which is my state of being anyway, so what the hell.
That's pretty much me all the time, so it's all good.
Sounds good to me. So, okay, so there was the map. Decent. That's just an area. So I forgot where you got to. So at the foot of the fire, the sun, as you're led through the spike stones into the heart of the entire camp, the chieftain, the Sun Shaman, come to see you. You're escorted to the War Council fire, and they bid you to be seated. Sun Shaman remains quiet for this meeting, letting Ready Class speak. Obviously, the chieftain's loud. Oh, here we go. Oh, damn. Sound effects. I don't know which order these will be in. Let's see what happens, because I've got to test it all early.
I am Chief Ready Claw. Why have you dared enter Sklahua lands? Speak, Outlanders.
Go.
And at this point, Sassafras takes a step and hides behind Gastinius.
Okie dokie.
Can I be heard?
Someone just said, "Can I be heard?" But it sounded like they were.
It sounds like you got the microphone up your arse, but yeah.
It sounds like you're a very long way away from.
Always, then.
There might be very good headphones, but I'm afraid it's a terrible microphone.
This is 4 different sets I've tried.
There's something really weird going on then.
Yeah,
Anyway.
because the ones that Tavis was using 2 seconds ago.
It must be okay. Maybe it's your computer then. I don't know what's going on. Right. Okay, let's put you around the fire. So, anyway, come on, why are you here? The chieftain bellows.
I haven't
As
got a clue
Gastus
what
and
we're here. Why
Thaddeus
are we
are
here?
low, please,
Someone
Mr.
tell me why
GM,
we're
let the
here.
bennies flow. Okay.
Gastinius does all our talking for us, and I poke him in the back.
Aren't we here something about balancing stones to get credibility? Otherwise,
Well,
nobody's going to talk to us.
No, they said that we needed to come and ask you a favor, and we had to do a whole bunch of stuff before we could even get here to talk to you. Because there's some stuff going on in Korvosa that you might know the answers to, that if we don't get the answers, Korvosa's pretty much finished.
Yes,
Okay.
that's the diminutive one says, I do all the talking.
Yeah.
Well,
and when-
because you weren't speaking up.
And when Korvosa falls, it
Not
becomes
happy, are you?
Korvosa falls becomes a hive of evil, and that evil spreads out across the land, and you two will be affected.
Okay. So, I'm not sure which one's going to be next. I think it's this one, hopefully.
You are brave, but you are still shamak, and as such do not deserve the Sun Shaman's advice. But if your bravery holds true, you can petition to take the trial of the totem.
I poke Gastinius in the back again.
The diminutive one here wants me to ask you how we would petition, but she doesn't want to use her own voice because she likes to complain that I do all the talking.
Okay.
Is this clearer?
Yes.
Much better.
Good.
Oh,
Yeah.
you sound like you again.
Yes, you do.
That's a relief.
You finally decided that standing inside a swimming pool and talking wasn't the way to do things.
Apparently not. Whatever this said headset is that I've just borrowed, I should just buy another one just like it.
Well, I say this. It's obviously the microphone's the issue, not the headset. The other headsets might be magnificent, but the microphones suck. Anyhow, okay. So basically, the Sun Shaman finally breaks his silence, not speaking, but by placing a hand upon. That's not breaking silence, then, is it? By placing a hand on the chieftain's shoulder and indicating wordlessly they should retreat. The Shaman's tend to speak in private. The chieftain does so, asking for you to wait for their return. While tension looms while the crowd. If Akram quietly explains that if the Sun Shaman rejects the request and decides you are not worthy of the trial, him, and all of the people here with you, including obviously Algev and Shadfrar and the other ones who I can't see on the map, will all be
Why do they sound
disemboweled
like the three
for
wise men?
trespassing on Squaklar land.
You could have warned us about that before we came here, couldn't you?
Indeed. An hour later, the shaman and chieftain returned to the fire. So, curious what happens if I play this one. I don't know if it's the right one. Let's find out.
You are permitted the
No,
opportunity.
it's not yet then.
to prove
Okay,
yourself
that's later.
through the
Shut
Squad
up, shut
by
up, shut up,
enduring the
shut
trial
up,
of the
shut up.
totem.
Shush. Okay, so I wasn't sure because the sounds definitely go down. Anyway, the shaman asks each of you to stand before him and speak your name.
I am Gastus Lentinius, Korvosa.
Surname.
My name is Leia.
I peek out around from Gastinius says, I'm Sassafras Teaberry. I'm from Whistledown.
I'm Vorka.
Asking my name. Well, I suppose it's Thaddeus, but don't tell anybody.
I'm Echo No Image from the woods.
From the woods, I like that. Okay. Shaman repeats each of your names in sequence. And then, I'm not going to play the sound of it, it was too quiet. Then tersely proclaims that are permitted the opportunity to prove yourselves to the Skakwa by enduring the trial of the totem.
Well, anything's got to be preferable to being disemboweled.
The Krojan, it would appear, has been lurking around the place, suddenly bursts out crossly, because that's the sound effect I was missing. That's why I thought it wasn't here. Basically, latches out. He shouts in protest, but suddenly quietens. A look of concern upon his face. Akram whispers to you that he has he's gone too far and displayed disrespect in front of the sun shaman. He's on shaky ground here. In fact, Krojan obviously realizes this himself, for he stops shouting and storms off, and several burn riders follow him, and they just ride out into the Cinderlands.
What on earth was that about?
Well,
maybe he could get disemboweled as well.
Don't forget the chieftain's his uncle. He doesn't want you. He doesn't want Shameks being members of the tribe. He thinks you're crap. He's obviously, you know what I mean. Anyway,
xenophobia.
You do notice there does appear to be a wry smile on the shaman's face, and the chieftain looks shocked and angry. Okay, the Sun Shaman announces that the trial of the totem shall begin the next morning just after dawn, and then motions for everyone to disperse from the council fire as the gathering breaks up, and the Sun Shaman grants you access to a guest yurt.
It's the Sun Shaman played by Sean Connery, because she's the Sun Shaman, not the Sun Shaman.
Yes, indeed. Oh dear. So I don't know when this strange thing happened, but at some point after the map was drawn, if you put pins in the middle of terrain, you can't click on the pins anymore. That's that's really helpful. Certainly wasn't like that. And no, that's not an update today. Do you know what I mean? I know it's been an issue for a while. So anyway, if I go to the GM's map, I will find out that that's the chieftain's yurt. There's the guest yurt. You all get to spell it. You all get to stay in the guest yurt. I don't think your character.
Yurt?
Yes.
I'm not sure there's room for all of us.
I'm curious about the scale on this map, if I'm honest. I'm very curious about the scale on this map.
Doesn't have a scale.
1 square equals 5 feet. Yeah, I have no idea how you're all supposed to fit in there. But then I suppose it's written for a party of 4, isn't it?
Well,
but
Gastus
of holding.
Yeah,
it's of holding. Yeah.
Gastus will sleep wherever Aramis sleeps.
Okay.
Sleep outside with the cats, right?
Little people don't take up that much space, you know.
And Leia might object to that. Have you asked consent?
Akram also.
The big cat.
As you head towards the yurt, Akram explains that his Qua's tradition preclude him from sharing a sunrise with the Sklakwa, and he intends to depart before dawn. The Bone Slayers volunteered to escort the Old Truth Speaker back to Lyran Qua.
Before you do, and before dawn leaves, could you just let everybody here know, that we're decent chaps and stuff, like you said you would?
Oh yeah. No, that's absolutely fine. Obviously, he's possibly already spoken to the Sun Shaman. He's possibly he says he'll speak to the Sun Shaman before he leaves.
Jolly good. I'm delighted to meet you. And should you wish to correspond with Thaddeus in the future, here's his address.
I don't necessarily say that it's a temporary accommodation type situation. My real name's Bob, by the way.
Is Thaddeus short for Bob?
It is today.
Bob. Very good.
Oh, console error. This.
By the way,
Ace isn't on the combat tracker.
Would
the totem have animals on it?
I don't know. Quite possibly. Who knows?
Well, I'm going to say that it does. And one of the animal totems is a cat. And it looks just like Leah. Leah, look! There's a picture of Leah on their own totem pole. What do you think of that, people?
He is.
Oh, I see.
He was obviously invisible.
You've seen these monsters dice? They look really good.
Right. I think I've cleared up the combat tracker accordingly.
I'll go and examine this totem pole.
Yeah, you have no idea what he's. If there are animals. Doesn't tell me about the totem pole, but anyway. Okay, so trial of the totem. Okay. Early the following morning, about an hour before dawn, you're awakened by the sun shaman, who asks you to follow him. He, along with a trio of thunder callers, escort you out through the spike stones in silence and take you east across the Cinderlands on a 20-minute walk. This is a terribly scaled map. The whole party
Let's
is
hope they're not just taking us out here to disembowel us away from the yurts.
So I am going to give Aramis and remove.
Yeah, 20 minutes ought to be just about far enough to stop having vermin come to the camp whenever they're eating the bodies.
You disturb me sometimes.
Were it anybody other than Volker that had said that, it would have disturbed me as well, but he is a goblin.
So if I zoom, if I do that, then I can do.
I acknowledge that.
You sync plant view and reshare the map, and you've all moved. Okay.
What have you done?
You take a 20-minute walk to a site known as Bolt Rock, a small mesa of spiritual significance. Sun Clan. A single ledge winds up. Just turn that. Going on with the line of sight here. Oh, they didn't bother actually. I see. Explains a lot. Let's just do that. That's easier. Do that. My life easier. Turn off this terrain here. You can hopefully. Okay. See what's going on. So, a single ledge winds up the westernmost flat-topped area of Black Rock. A plateau that sits 30 feet above the surrounding plain, which is basically over on the other side of this ridge as you get up there. A second ledge leads up higher to a second miniature mesa, this one 40 feet above the ground. During storms, large quantities of iron ore on the rock here attract numerous lightning bolts. Oh, well, that will be fun. When I roll for weather. As a result, the place has become one of particular obsession for the Sun Shaman, who often ascend Bolt Rock during storms to experience the fury. So, let's see if this works.
The trial of the totems is simple but not easy.
Each of you will select a sun totem to represent yourself, and then as a group you will have 1 hour to carry the totems to the lower tier of Bold Rock. There you will erect them in the circles upon the ground, and there you will keep them upright for a day. At the next sunrise, you must move your totems to the summit of the rock, and again keep them upright for a day. When the sun rises on the 3rd day, those whose totems still stand will be Sklarkwa.
Does his scrotum still stand?
Totems.
Totems, you
said
dirty-minded
scrotums.
bugger.
It should be pointed out, if I go back to my notes on choosing, that Leia, basically you are the chosen one for the entire duration of the trial of the totem.
Indeed. But from what it sounded like, we all need to do it, from what you said, or am I misinterpreting that?
No, you forget what the chosen one means. Is you can basically spend.
I know what it means.
Yeah. No, this is
we all need to do it, but we can individually.
But you've got
do
an
not help.
advantage.
Yes. Basically, what I'm trying to say is you can spend, the second he says that the trial begins, you spend a point of conviction and it lasts you 3 days.
Very nice. Which is good, because I've got less conviction than everybody else.
So basically speaking, yeah. They're basically far clayed pylons called sun totems. Each totem is 10 feet tall. The sides are decorated with numerous sigils sacred to the Sklarkwa. Walker, you can walk off without a totem if you want, but you only have to come back.
Well, don't we have to carry them from the top to the bottom?
No, you can carry them from the bottom to the top.
Oh, we have to bring them up. Okay,
We carry them from the bottom to the lower one for a
the
day,
middle, and
then from
and
the
then
middle to the top for another day.
Okay, I thought it was down and then back up.
So,
So
each
okay, yeah.
totem is 10 feet tall. The sides are decorated with numerous sigils sacred to the Sklarkwa. The lower portion of each totem is rounded. So when not in use, they're stored in square stone pods at the base of the rock, which is where, obviously, that's where it's indicated at the moment. So in the trial, each prospective clan member is represented by a specific sun totem. The sun shaman directs the heroes now to each of you to select your totem as your own, and then explains, as a group, you have 1 hour to carry these totems to the lower tier of Bolt Rock and erect them in circular depressions in the ground there. And then obviously must keep the totems upright for a day. Then at next sunrise, you move them up.
Can I have the top hat token or filling out the boot?
The Sun Shaman then goes on to explain that while no food or water will be brought to you for the 2 days you must remain atop Bolt Rock, you are welcome to provide your own. Likewise, you are welcome to use magic or whatever means you have at your disposal to aid you in keeping the sun totems upright, as long as the magic does not change or damage the totems or the structure of Bolt Rock in any way. Bolt Rock is clearly visible from Flameford, and the Sun Shaman explains that many eyes will be turned eastward for the next 2 days. At night, the totems glow with their own radiance, the result of a minor magical enchantment placed upon the totems that enable those in Flameford to see them, even on the darkest nights, whether the totems still stand. Should be pointed out, it doesn't matter if it should be pointed out, it doesn't matter if your totem falls over, as long as it doesn't break. And as long as if your totem is still standing at dawn, then you're allowed to continue for the second day. And if your totem's still standing at dawn of on the following day, you are a member of the tribe. So there's nothing wrong if anything happens to your totem and it's not damaged, you can just pick it back up and put it back in the depression.
Mm-hmm.
Is there much difference between these totems?
Just no, not at all. Here we go. Oh, now he's sulking now. It's just having a sulk. Yeah, it's not your fault. You started talking just knowing to press play, and now it's just gone horribly wrong. We'll try one last time.
No food or water will be
I was
provided.
going to tell you what I
save
told
what
you.
yourself
So I'm
bring.
not going to play that one.
Likewise,
Okay.
you are welcome to use any.
Okay, the trial explains the Shun Shaman returns to Flameford to rest, and you are on your own. Now, it doesn't actually tell me here.
I mean, do they have smaller totems? Couldn't
No,
carry a human.
no. So I need
Yeah,
to.
10 feet is like 2.5 times my height.
Yeah, I know. Right, so what I need to do is I'm just going to go and create a sun totem.
He said we can do anything. Is teleporting cheating?
He said you can use any magic as long as it does not alter or damage the totem. Were you not listening?
Well, I can't see.
Or
it.
the
Well-
rock itself.
Well, hang on. Can't you? I've
Okay.
seen you doing one of these magical gate things. Why don't you just create a gate between here and where we need to go, and we'll just tip it over and it'll fall through.
Okay.
And instantly
Okay.
arrive.
Okay, so as soon as the sun, as soon as the sun rises, you have 1 hour to select your totem and carry them up onto the westernmost tier of Bolt Rock above. Each totem is hollow. They still weigh over 300 pounds apiece.
Yeah, there is no flipping way I am going to be able to carry this. This is not going to happen.
Yeah, but did you not notice what the Shun Shaman said? Didn't say you each had to carry around.
No, he didn't. Can I carry 2 of them?
A character with a strength of D10 can lift the totem off the ground. If you've got strength less than D10, you can't even lift the totem. You have to drag it. A character with D6 strength can barely manage to drag one of these totems. Characters who are unable to transport their own totems must rely on aid. There is no penalty for not being able to carry one's own totem, and indeed the teamwork required for the trial is a valuable part of the lesson, which is obviously what the was pointed out of the Sun Shaman. And yeah, any character can anchor a totem and push it into an upright position as long as he can drag the totem. Oh yeah, so yeah, if you could drag if you got D6 strength, you can push a totem into an upright position. If you don't have D6 strength, you can't push a totem into an upright position. But it doesn't matter if you can't. You just have your totem. Once the totem is upright, well, we'll worry about that when you get there. So there are 6 sun totems on the sheet there. So it's up to you how you want to do it. I probably wish you'd find some nice little assets.
But the question is, can Sassafras do a gate between the bottom and the top?
I'm
Yes.
sure Sassafras can.
I could pick them up and throw them through.
I wouldn't throw them. They're probably going to break if they're made from fired clay.
They're made of clay and hollow. If you break one, you fail the test.
Right. Well, I'll gently pick one up and put it and sail it through. You can telekinesis pick it up.
If you've got a telekinesis of at least strength D10, then yes, you can.
Yeah, which is the standard. Yeah, a raise gets you a D12.
If she makes the portal, is there anything to stop somebody going back and forward through it several times while it's open?
I hope
that wasn't an answer.
Starts up the hill.
So long as Sassafras maintains it, it'll stay open as long as you want.
Well, then
Gastus, because he's got the belt of strength, he's actually got a strength of D10. He'll take all of his other stuff to the top first, and then come back down and select a totem that's got some kind of weapon carved on it near the top, and pick that up and carry it up to the top.
Okay.
I will use bull strength on myself to boost my strength so that it is strong enough. So I am strong enough, rather. I'll need to maintain it. If Sassafras can open a portal, I can cast it after she opens a portal, pick one up, move it through, come back, pick up another, move it through, and so on. Working together with her making the distance shorter and me making my strength stronger and get them all up there.
Okay, now to save my energy, because if we're going to have to keep these upright for 3 days, I'm going to need to. I found a couple of wands, a dimension door, on our various little, explorations. All those wands you guys kept saying I could take. Would that work as well as my teleport spell?
Dimension door. It's instant though, isn't it? Dimension door. Yes.
That's how long it takes to activate. Doesn't mean it immediately closes.
When activated, this wand will cast the teleport power without modifiers.
It's a
Using
teleport
wand
power. That's the point I was making.
So
It's
Leia
not-
picks it up, gets teleported, and
Yes.
puts it down when she's teleported to the top.
Exactly. I'm not saying you can't do that. I'm just pointing out it is a sort of it's a disappear, reappear. It's not a. It's not
Aye, but
like
the-
it's not a portal. It's a.
That's what
Okay.
that's what I said. If you use the
Yeah.
gate option, it's a physical doorway that stays open.
Yes.
That requires using my power though, because these are without modifiers, and that power is a modifier, is it not?
Aye, we'd have to support you. You could cast a big one, and we don't need 3 days to get up there. We could do it in 3 minutes, literally. You could open a gate up there. We could all push them through in 3 minutes, and then as long as you can keep it open for that long, we'll be fine.
Can I pick up 2 with a strength of
It's good for
D12?
5 rounds, so that's
Because they're 10 feet tall, they're probably very awkward.
Okay.
but if we have 6 of us and we need to get 5 through. Leia, if she could do 1 a minute, could get 5 through because this is good for 5 rounds. Then you big husky guys would have to work on getting another one through.
Another thing is, are we allowed to dig a hole at the top?
No, because we can't alter the plateau.
They said that there's rounded depressions that we have to set them in.
Oh, right, okay. Well, so rounded depression, well, we could easily put them in there. You know. I mean, there's enough strength between strength, telekinesis. I reckon opening a semi-permanent gate doorway and just putting them through the doorway is the fastest way of doing it.
If losing any rations that you're carrying would help reduce the weight to make it easier, I also have this wand that creates food and water. I find lots of wands. This is really cool. This is better than going to school. You know this, right?
Actually, I need to make the totems in.
Yeah, the only thing is, if you need, I've got a funny feeling that at some point at the end of this campaign, you'll need a caddy. I'll have a number 6, please.
Okay, I can cast Conjure Shadow Guardian and get one of them to carry one of them, and I can carry one. So I could carry one. Shadow Warrior could carry another straight through the portal.
Yeah, and we got 5 minutes to get it done. So if between the 2 of you, I can hold the portal open for 5 minutes, and then the rest of us dive through that after you have them all. Or no, one person's going to have to go with you each time to hold it up, because from something they're saying, these probably don't balance on their own.
I don't think we have to put them up straight away as soon as they arrive. I just think we have the day to get them up there and then put them up. Is that correct, Jim?
You've got an hour to get them up there, and then they must be erect, and then you must keep them upright until
After the hour
morning.
stop. After the hour stopped, they must go upright. Yeah.
Yes.
Right. So we've got an hour.
So figure out how many PowerPoints I'm going to need to spend here to open this gate so they can get them up there, and then we can all just dive through the door at the last.
Right, so if I summon a Shadow Warrior and boost my strength, that means I can carry one, the Shadow Warrior can carry another.
That would be 3 times back and forth through the gate for you guys to be able to get all 6 up. And it's good
Unless
for 5
anybody else can. Okay, why didn't you bother telling us you were doing that?
Oh, we just wanted to see how long it would take you to notice.
And we've been talking for what, 2 minutes? And you've been up and down the hill for? I really doubt that.
So do I, but
I'm just
I
waiting for
don't
the
care.
GM to tell me, do I have to actually roll this to make sure it works?
No, I do. I quite like this stupidity. I time-wise, it doesn't work, but I do. I am going to allow the weirdness of. By the time you come up with the plan, you look around and you can see Thaddeus and Vorka carrying 2 totems up. then you realise that these are the last two totems that needs to be carried up. They've carried.
Well,
all
maybe if
six
the
up.
GM would talk to people other than them, then we'd have got to the end of the plan sooner.
No. They whispered to me. I'm sorting stuff out. I'm not doing anything like that. Don't you worry about me. I'm literally still trying to sort out the bloody totems. Don't you start pinning this one on me. I don't mind. I think it's quite fine. I don't. If they want to lug them up, they can. They both get to make bigger checks in a minute, but that's fine. Why are all the bloody names changed to unidentified all of a sudden? Why?
And now we have to just go running up behind them. Sassafras can take that.
Hell. The second I had okay, I think I found an interest. After the totem suddenly went unidentified after I added them. That's not fun. Anyway, yeah, you basically, if you want to spend the power points to get them up there another way, I don't have a problem with that. But at the end of the hour, you've got all the totems up there. Is what I'm trying to say. I don't really mind how you get them up there. It was good. It was good practice, and your plan would work for tomorrow as well. When everyone logically will be a bit more knackered, and they won't be able to just carry them up there like smug little gits.
Yeah, what did they do? You know, working. You got some magic to make those things weightless or something?
No, Volker just
Hey, strong, be strong.
Okie dokie. Righty ho. So everyone can basically okay. So Sassafras, where do you want your totem?
I put me up there on the plateau because I keep.
Oh yeah,
So
no.
where are
The point I'm trying to make is you now get to pick. I'll move you all up there. You now get to pick where you want to place your totem.
Oh, these stones outline the depressions, like this.
No, I think it's anywhere up here. I think I've added totem. I've given you each a totem on your combat tracker. I just need to make them all friendly.
Rudy just
These
flies
silly
up
little
there.
smiles.
So what's the other half of the map?
Day 2.
All right, okay.
Right. Okay, Sassafras, where do you wish to? Obviously, Sassafras, someone else will. Oh, strength D6. Yeah, you can lift. You can push your totem up, right? So you want your totem there. Okay, Sassafras's totem is there.
The thing is, right, so each square's what, 5 feet, aye? Right, so is it not 24 inches or 12 inches from the bottom to the top? Day
30
2 map.
feet. 30 feet.
30 feet. Well, that's within one teleport range on day 1. We could skip straight to day 2 with one teleport spell and all the stones. That's the point I've been trying to make from the beginning.
I'm not sure we can skip the whole day.
We know.
Okay, Vulcan, where do you want your totem? Because you've got to raise them upright in the next 5 minutes.
Right there.
There's your totem. Thaddeus, where do you want your totem? Yeah, thank you. Going to put layers by where layer is now. So I'm going to move the combat tracker to layer and conviction on her behalf. Set it to 999,999 rounds. Okay, so that's Slayer's totem. That brings us to Gastus. Where do you want your totem? Thank you. And Aki, where do you want your totem?
Next to me.
There we go. Okay, so anyone who's got a strength of less than D8, just gives me a strength check to put their totem up right.
I use telekinesis to assist me. I know I can't lift something that heavy, but
with telekinesis,
Can I use boost trait on myself?
You can, but I mean, don't forget. I mean, you don't. It's literally you could. Just, I mean, Aki, you just did it. But yeah, if you want to use telekinesis, it's no problem. That's strength D10 straight off the bat, no problem at all.
No, so what do I need to roll? My telekinesis is a cantrip. That's why I was asking, because they tend to be weaker than the spell.
Oh no, you wouldn't be able to do that. No, you'll just have to make a strength check. I think you managed. No problem at all. Okay, everyone. Thaddeus is fine. I think Vorka and Leia and Gastus are fine. So the totems are upright. Once the totem is upright, the shallow concavity and rounded base of the totem help stabilize them. But what you do realize quite quickly is without someone's hand on the totem at all times to help keep the totem balanced, the totem will eventually topple.
So the totem's got a rounded bottom.
Yes.
But it's got carvings and things in it, yes?
On the totem at the top, not at the bottom looking at a picture.
Okay. So I will, and I expect Leia will probably do the same, use an immovable rod to hold it in place. It doesn't. It's magic that we're carrying with us.
No, don't go. There's no problem. I'm just trying to be saying It's not because there's nothing wrong with that.
Okay.
It's because I'm trying to remember. They do mention movable rods. Using at least 3 immovable rods can keep a single totem stable. So with 6 immovable rods, you can keep 2 totems stable. Because the idea is that the whole point is there's a weighted thing. So the idea is over time, they'll start leaning one way and then you'll adjust them, which of course. So if I do, so how many movable rods do you have, Augustus?
I've only got the one. I believe Leia's got at least 2.
Our computer's just gone offline.
Who's gone offline?
It's vanished.
Leia's vanished. She's gone invisible.
So when you say she's no longer with us, do you mean she's not longer with us for the rest of the night, or something's happened to her?
I don't know. Don't know. Well, I will lend Leia my immovable rod, and Leia can prop hers up there.
Okie dokie. Yeah, you can do that, but okay.
My thieves' tools, and combined with my throwing darts, can I use them as wedges to kind of wedge it in place?
I mean, I'm not sure if a dart can really hold up 300 pounds. Do you know what I mean?
It doesn't need to hold up 300 pounds. It just needs to stop it rocking around. And I've got 10 of them.
I'll allow it to give you a bonus. But to be honest, mate, I wouldn't worry about it.
Okay. Just a wedge under a door doesn't matter how heavy the door is. The wedge will hold it in place because it stops it from moving. It's not the weight of the door that's the issue.
No, I know. I get the. I mean, there's if you want a very cynical view, there's a minor enchantment on them to glow. I'm wondering if there's other enchantments to make sure that it's strength, because it is meant to be a test of strength and all that. So I wouldn't be surprised if they do like moving of their own over time. So, once it's open, it's okay. Holding a totem in place requires a strength check every 6 hours. Anyone with a strength of D8 plus automatically passes the check, rather. If the check is failed, the totem begins to lean precariously. With a critical failure, the totem topples and takes damage. As long as the totem isn't broken, it can be lifted back into place. But once the totem shatters, that character can no longer become one of the Skakwa. So there we go.
Hang on a minute. Just realising what was said before. If the totems fall down, it doesn't matter as long as they're upright at sunrise, yes? So let's just ease them all back down onto the ground. All have a nice sleep now. so that we'll definitely wake up in the middle of the night, and then we raise them up before sunrise. When we see the false dawn, raise them up then, and we'll be fine.
And you will fail the test.
We've got to be up until sunrise.
Yes, not up at sunrise. And you
You've
remember,
got to keep it up all night.
Yes.
Okay. So what we really need is Viagra tablets. all round.
There's no get out. Basically, the point is the totems must stay upright. If it falls over but does not smash, there is no penalty for standing the totem upright again. However, not keeping the totems upright for 2 days is a failure of the test. And you're being watched for the whole 48 hours, as was pointed out. I'll give you a good attempt, but I'm afraid that's not how it works.
Very well.
Right. Let's see what the day has in store for you, shall we? Weather-wise, I mean. Oh no, it's in a template, isn't it?
Yeah. By the way, can everybody come with us? Because we've got so many supporting characters, we could do it in shifts.
No. It's if you notice at the moment, all you've got up here are your pets and yourselves. If you want to bring Vendor up here with you, she gets her own totem. Bring her up if you want, but she ends up with her own totem.
And presumably after you break a totem, you get sent back down.
It doesn't say that. It's just you can't be a you can't.
So if Vendor brings it, so Vendor can bring a totem up, smash it. Oh look, you failed. Sorry, but now you've got a spare pair of hands.
Yeah. Don't forget the totems are well-regarded sacred objects of the tribe. So yeah.
They've also told us what happens if we succeed. They've not told us what happens to anyone that fails. And just
not being allowed to take the test was disembowelment.
Yes.
Yeah, that's not good, is it? Oh, okay. Let's not try that one then. Let's not try to be too clever then.
Where did Leah's avatar go?
We're not cutting a deal with the dragon.
Same place a computer did. She turned off.
Yeah, I don't know whether they'll be back tonight or not.
Well, there's 4 immovable rods on the party, so there's one pole completely taken care of, which frees somebody up.
Oh dear.
Probably Leah.
Oh dear.
Oh no. By the way, that's me automatically failed fatigue.
Okay.
It's an automatic fail.
No clouds. Sorry. So it's hot temperature. There is no precipitation. There is no cloud. So there's no shade.
Okay, so does environmental protection protect us from that kind of extreme heat?
Yes.
Okay, I've got a couple of wands of environmental protection.
Still.
With lots of charges on them. It's only they're only good for an hour, but I only need to keep reusing it. Sunrise.
Power as well. I can do the power for 1 hour.
Well, using the wands up first means that we can save our strength for other stuff.
And we can save our power points whenever what's his name decides to come up here and knock over our stones for us.
Yeah, something like that.
By the way, it's not the heat that's bothering me; it's the bloody sunlight melting.
Okie dokie.
Well, I can make it over. I can help. That should cover all of that, right?
Help me! I'm melting.
Okay, so we've obviously the test has begun. You have the totems all upright. The first 6 hours will be relatively uneventful. However, we've got to deal with the fact of sweltering heat and the fact that in 6 hours, some of you will basically 6 hours time. You'll have to see if your totem drops. So first things first, let's have a look at the module.
Well, I'd best crack out the decanter of endless water then.
Yes, indeed.
And
first.
the environmental protection. If you guys start suffering, I can throw up some protection so it doesn't get worse.
So the average sized human requires 2 quarts of water a day. This requirement is doubled in very dry conditions as the desert. So obviously, I mean, I know it's endless water, so that's okay. So you'll need 4 quarts. So human size, you need 4 quarts of water a day. Heat over 90 degrees Fahrenheit requires a vigor roll after 4 hours. Okay, so basically, what do you? So what's your plan? So you've got in 6 hours' time, you get your first strength check to see if your totem topples. But in 4 hours' time, you'll basically have to make vigor checks from the heat. So what do you want to do?
Okay, after the first 2 hours, I'm going to use the wand. I mean, and then that's 2 hours into the 4 hours. Does that reduce, or does it give us a bonus for our vigor check?
2 hours. It will basically for every hour. After 4 hours of heat exposure to the heat, you need to make a vigor check for heat exhaustion. So every hour you keep environmental protection running doesn't count against those 4 hours. Does that make sense?
Okay, then I'm gonna wait until we're 2 hours into it, and then I'm gonna deploy it the first time before the first 4 hours is up. 2
Okay.
hours in, and
Well,
that will use 1 charge because the wand has only got 12 charges on it.
That means you can just use it. That means you can use it on yourself. 1 charge. 1 hour. That just means you last 5 hours before you suffer heat exhaustion. That's how it works.
But I can't deploy it for the party.
You can. It will cost you 6 charges per hour.
Let's get through the first vigor check, I guess, and see how we do.
Indeed. Okay, so after 4 hours, Walker's made his vigor check. Let's get everyone else to make their vigor checks. Open up Leia's character sheet and do Leia's vigor check with her chin bonus. Leia most certainly makes her vigor check. That's first makes her. So after 4 hours, obviously you're drinking water, but the heat is quite oppressive. See, I've got music for the trial of the totem. Music, sound effects. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. 2 hours later, it's the first strength check. Anyone with a strength of D8 or higher automatically passes. There, that is it. So anybody, okay. Sassafras keeps her totem upright. Aki's totem's gonna fall over. Aki's totem does not fall over. Thaddeus's totem's gonna fall over.
Can I go and help Thaddeus?
Yes, you can potentially. Well, you can make an athletics check if you want to try and make an athletics check to get there before it falls over. Certainly. And stop. Yep, that's okay. I'll allow that because obviously the idea is you catch his as it starts to tilt too far, and it won't mean. Yeah.
Well, there you go. If I stand there, I can probably reach both of them.
Measure me arm.
Yeah, just dodge back and forth between them.
Yeah, I agree. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying you can't do it. Okie dokie. So that's fine. There for 8 hours. Right, so that's 6 hours in. Another 2 hours. Everyone's going to have to make another vigor check, but then you'll be 8 hours into the day. I'm sure. Sassafras makes her second vigor check 8 hours in. Justice only just makes his vigor check. He makes the vigor check and Vorka makes the vigor check. It's all down to what happens. Oh, yeah, I've got to do Leia, haven't I? And that just means what's left of Thaddeus and his vigor check. 8 hours into the day. A long time, he'll have to stay up all night. Okay. Okay, so we're 8 hours in, aren't we?
Thaddeus. Here, drink this.
Thaddeus. About 4 hours in. So just after that first figure check you made, you notice waves of heat rising from the stones around you. The shimmer clouds your vision, and you see a crystal clear pool of water has seeped into an empty totem depression. Mind you, you're not that thirsty, so I wouldn't worry too much about it.
I'm offering Thaddeus a drink of something that looks like a hip flask. So just drink this. You'll feel better. Look after yourself, old boy.
You could possibly steal a drink from the pool before returning to your totem. Wish to do so.
Well, the funny thing is, why is the water there? Is it not going to evaporate off? It's got to be.
And where did it come from out of nowhere?
This is it. But it's something to the shimmy. But do you wish to try?
No, it's got to be an illusion.
Okie dokie, that's fine. Okay,
I take it. I'm an illusion as well, then, am I?
No. That was just
yes, and so is he as well.
Right. Okay.
But no, that's fine. You can take the drink now if you want.
Well, I can drink from gaseous version 1's bottle, and gaseous version 2 I can ignore.
Well, there you go then. Come back in an hour. You can have another drink.
It's just the heat. It's the heat.
Yeah,
not the heat. Wait, it's a skin condition, okay? It's a story I'm sticking to, okay?
Yes, but you've had a drink from me and your skin condition feels fine. Because I've just cast relief on you.
That removes a point of fatigue, doesn't it?
No, it doesn't take it away, but it means you don't feel the effects of it.
Yes.
For
now, what you should now notice is, although it says lay because
technically that doesn't actually.
That
technically that doesn't actually work.
But now, if you apply the relief, sorry about that.
Okay.
They say I can't. Relief won't help.
Yeah, he doesn't know that.
It's magic. The gods say it does.
Yeah. See,
yeah.
So now what you should notice.
I need to target Thaddeus, don't I?
Yes, well that's okay because this is where it gets really good. So you've accidentally put it on yourself. You should be able to remove it from yourself on your combat tracker.
Yes, I can.
Yeah, good.
Shiny, isn't it? Ooh,
it is.
It's all shiny new features.
Well, if you don't want my help, I won't give it. No problem.
It's magic. It will. Okay. So I'm not going to make you keep rolling for all the hours because that's really dull and boring. But I will say that I'm going to need everyone to make one more vigor check and one more strength check for the following morning. Because I don't really want to sit here and make you make rolls every 4 hours and every 6 hours. It's not exactly great role play. Oh, Sassafras is wobbling, but she's spending a penny, and she makes it.
However, I'm a gnome. We have incredibly good vigor.
Indeed.
One of their bonuses. One of their.
He's made his vigor. Okay, so Gastus vigor, Volker vigor, Sassafras's strength is good. So I just need Aki's strength, and I need to do Leia's vigor, don't I? Hey, just need Aki's strength check. And Thaddeus' strength check. Thaddeus' figure check. All good, right. So it's the morning of the it's actually exhaustion. I'm gonna look up sleep deprivation because that's gonna be a thing later on. So
Should be after 24 hours awake.
yeah, that's what I figured. Yeah. So the following morning, so there's dawn on dawn of the second day. The sun shaman is up the hill, and obviously the totems are still slightly glowing, as the sun has not yet risen. Sun shaman nods at each of you, and then walks up to each of the totems.
I shall offer him some gruel from the from my container with my sustaining spoon.
I see. I misunderstood. He then proceeds to cast detect magic on each totem to see if any magical alterations have been done. Obviously, he notes the 3 immovable rods on his totem and smiles and nods at that. But yeah, happy that no fiddling or cheating has been done. Yeah, he hasn't said a single word. He just looks to the higher mound and gestures. Right. Okay, so the only thing you need,
let's start dragging them up there.
all you need to do now, having been awake for 24 hours, is give us all. Oh, actually, yeah, it's give us all vigor checks. You're all starting to feel a little on the tired side. You will be knackered by tomorrow.
Oh dear.
You want to Benny that, or do you want to be tired, Gastus?
I will Benny.
Okie dokie. Right. Okay, so what was your plan to get the totems up to the higher level? Are you going to carry them, or do you want to do magical clevery trickery?
I can do the dimension door. If that makes it easier, because you guys, this is getting long. Quick, because we don't have a lot of time to decide.
You got an hour. Yeah, you want to get them up there?
Yeah, let's go ahead and magic them up if you're willing.
Calculate what I need in PowerPoints.
Well, logically speaking, if each person holds their totem as you cast it, it's just 5 additional people, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like it.
For those that can pick it up, yes.
Everyone can pick it up, because I don't think anyone's got less than D6 strength. They might not be able to do much with it, but they can hold on to it, if that makes sense, and drag it, which is...
But can't you cast a greater version? So it's always just +5 to open the gate.
Oh yeah, you might as well just use the 7 power points. You can just use the gate version, and that way the Walker and Gastus can just carry them all through. Yeah.
That's what you said. Yeah, it's a permanent.
Exactly.
Doorway.
Yeah. Oh dear.
Oh, exactly.
Oh, so obviously you're tired, and I'm afraid that something goes horribly wrong as you're trying to cast And basically, there's the magic courses through you in an uncontrolled way, and the next thing, all you can see is stars in front of your eyes, and the pain hits you. You got an hour to carry him up, I think, Walker and Gastus.
Shall we, Walker?
Yep. I guess that's what we're gonna do. Yep.
Okay.
Are there any clouds today?
Oh, good call. Let's find out. Weather table. Whether the table will be good or whether the table will be bad. Temperature.
Whatever the weather will weather the weather, whether we like it or not.
Yes. Okay. They've changed the default dice icon. Oh, it's only warm today, so no vigor checks for heat. You'll be happy to know. Precipitation.
Yeah. I should have just had the ability to just pick off the weather chart, whatever I wanted.
Cloud cover. Oh, so there is shade today.
Ooh, good.
So if there happens to be shadows on both things, Leia will just teleport 5 times.
Problem. The real problem is, the only problem you could have is it's a tornado.
What? Great.
That's no.
Now that we need the environmental protection.
No,
That's not a problem. No, it's still a tornado.
Oh dear, that's really harsh. No, don't worry. I'm not gonna make it a tornado. I'm gonna downgrade it to windy. So I'm not a tornado. A tornado is on this is ridiculous. So I'm not as fun as it would be. No. Windy does mean there'll be -1 penalty on strength checks though, because it's hard to. I'm not gonna make it a tornado, but the wind will obviously make things more unpleasant, but make it more likely that the totems want to bend.
Anybody that wants me to, I will use my thievery skills to set up pitons to hold things in place.
Which will negate the wind. I will allow that. Oh, hang on. Hang on. Pitons. Actually, no. Thinking about it, pitons. Good job. I wasn't paying attention. Pitons would be damaged. Hammering pitons into the hill would be counted as damaging the hill.
Okay.
So,
my token over here.
Yeah. No. Mind you, did it mention pitons? I'm gonna have a check because maybe I'm just mistakenly. Maybe I'm getting my things round the wrong way. I don't want to unfairly diddle you. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
If my memory is incorrect, because I know I remember.
Yes, it's much more fun to fairly diddle you.
Yeah, absolutely.
The pitons are mentioned.
You've done a search, haven't you, to find the word?
Yes. Well, no, because
where are they mentioned?
Because the point is, I remember reading it, but I just couldn't remember where. I need to find them. So I found the page it's in, but I can't find it. So I may need. Here we are. Some characters of Inferno allow characters to come at creatives, such as using elemental manipulation. A clever mode may accomplish a similar feat with a set of pitons and a hammer. Doesn't say you can't, therefore you can. You know what I mean? The fact that it actually, I knew it mentioned it, but I couldn't remember if it mentioned it as being allowable or being a not allowed.
Mm-hmm. So I've set mine up. Anybody else want me? Well, Leia's got immovable rods. Anybody else want me to help them by putting some pitons in place?
Well, I'd say 4 pitons per.
I feel really bad after failing on that. The magic just anchored me right out.
I'm going to say 4 pitons per totem.
Yeah, well, I've got 10 darts, so I can effectively, if I use the darts as pitons, I can do another one. But obviously, Sassafras won't want me to help because I'm Gaster. So anybody other than Sassafras wants help?
That spell wiped me out. Come on, Gastinius. I've been nice to you. I'm not mean to you.
Since when?
I'm not mean to you. If I was mean to you, I'd be beating you up. and like turning you into toads and stuff.
There you go. I will assist Sassafras.
In a minute, I will. Today, I will actually be able to show you a picture of what the totems look like, but I can't show you yet. Okay.
How long
after-
does my fatigue last? It's not going to go away because of the circumstances, is it?
Yeah, it won't go away till we're out of the circumstance that's caused the fatigue. Like if it was from not sleeping until we sleep.
No, it's the spell. It's the spell failure, but you need an app. It was because of the spell backlash, wasn't it?
Yeah, that needs rest,
Yes.
which you're not going to get a chance to have up here.
Yeah, that's the problem. It's a bit of an unfair. But that's why I'm not hitting with a tornado, because that's taking the piss. Anyway, I'll just save that for another day. On the morning of the second day, you notice. Well, actually, let's have some notice checks on the morning of the second day. That's enough people have made it. You notice, you see that Krojan is riding back into camp. But within the hour, he's walking up the hill towards you all.
This doesn't bode well.
He stops here, right, well away from all of you. Obviously, no, and he just watches as you. He just watches as all, and looks at each totem, examining him excruciating, in incredible detail, and he's particularly looking at Sassafras and Vorka, and. After a few minutes, he sort of nods to himself and basically says that, looks at all of you and says that you're lucky to have one another, as now rests. Common knowledge. Have a guess at what he's just said. But basically, he was grudgingly paying a compliment and implying that obviously, as a group, as a party, you are basically like siblings for one another, and obviously work well together as a team. And obviously, he was looking at Vorka and Sassafras, because they're the small ones, and obviously we know Vorka's strong, but Trojan's just basing it on size. Is obviously they're quite lucky to have these other fellows looking after you. With that, he nods and walks back down the hill.
Really, he never met my brother.
Well, the point is, I think he's coming round. He's obviously impressed by the fact you've lasted this long. But anyway, as I say, the second day goes on. It's not as hot as yesterday. I do need the strength checks from those that need to make strength checks. There's a -1 penalty unless you're, because of the wind, unless you're you took Keaton
Vorka
benefit.
will help somebody. Vorka will help somebody if he needs to.
Okay. Yeah, it's not as if it all happens at the same time. It's just in the 6 hours. You know what I mean? In the first 6 hours of the day, someone fails to keep the totem upright. So it looks like Sassafras is in trouble. So Vorka, you are You can sort of, if you make an athletics check, you can get over there in time to help Sassafras, or of course Sassafras can spend a penny. But no, Vorka runs over, catches your totem as it starts to lean Sassafras, and helps you get it back upright again. And then, with a slightly concerned look, I suspect, wanders back to his own. On the afternoon...
a strength check.
Yes. Oh, fine.
A wee crafty push.
Oh dear.
Oh dear.
The only reason why it took me so long to roll is because I was worrying about that happening.
Okay.
You made it happen.
Almost.
I'm afraid to say.
Okay, well, it's only shaking. It doesn't look like it's damaged. I was going to
No,
say,
no,
can
no,
Vorka
no,
run
no,
over
don't
there and
forget.
just throw his
No,
body
This is
under it?
this is an object. It's
It's an
hardness.
object.
If you beat the hardness, it breaks.
If you break the hardness, it breaks. Its toughness is technically
That's
8,
right.
so that's it. I'm afraid.
Can
Shut
Vorka
up.
throw himself under it? Can Vorka throw himself under it in an attempt to pad the fall?
I'll allow that. I'll allow that. In which case, I'll have to put one back. Also, I should have changed the slats to mud. Let me correct that.
Unless there's a Get Savage edge that we can fix it with.
An adventure card.
Indeed.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at with my adventure cards, but I really don't see anything that.
Okay, so I'm going to say that, okay, the 3d6 damage basically lands on top of Vorka, and Vorka is shaken. And obviously, I'm going to say you halve the damage, so 6 points of damage means the totem does not shatter.
Thanks, Walker.
Ow!
Does Volker need healing? He doesn't really need healing, does he?
No, he's just shaking. He's just, yeah, he's good.
He can finally complain about something now, so leave him alone.
Actually, that just took away Gastus's totem by renaming it to Vorkus. Okay, I'll put it back and rename it back. Okay, what I need to do is I need to go find the NPCs. I need to go find a totem. I need to drag a new one to Aki, and I can call it Aki's totem. Then I can go to combat tab, unlock it, set it to mud. I can make it friendly, and then I can put it back on the map. There we go. Then I can go to Gastus's token and set it to mud, which it is. Player's token. Right. The afternoon is drawing on. It's obviously afternoon of the second day of the trial is drawing towards the night. Can I have some notice checks, please? Don't worry too much. You only need one person to make it, so don't worry if you individually fail, as long as someone in the party makes it. A penny perspective.
Brass is getting really tired, and it's like, so she's doubly alert because this thing could fall on her like it did Vorka, and she'd just be a pancake.
Okay. Right. So basically speaking, on the afternoon of the second day, you notice there seems to be 6 rather large creatures begun to start circling around Bolt Rock.
By rather large creature, are we talking purple worms? Are we talking dragons? Or are we talking like aurochs?
I think Aki can probably make a common knowledge check to identify these creatures, because I don't think any of you have ever seen them before. Aki being a druid, I will let him make a... oh yeah, Aki, you recognise them.
Oh joy.
Oh, lovely. They're lovely and cute.
And able to burrow through the ground.
Actually, I lied. Well, that's interesting. A pack of 6, but of course, it's actually 8 because of the party size.
Sure.
Certainly. Well, actually, you could see 6. Obviously, you could see 6 because the other 2 who got the raise, Aki got the raise, and Sassafras got the raise. You could see 6, and you suddenly realise that you can hear the sound of burrowing. A lovely picture for you. So you can finally see what the totems look like. How big it is. So, the sound of burrowing creatures, and you can see the dorsal fins protruding above the ash and gravel surrounding the surrounding earth is unmistakable. They appear to be on the approach. So, I'm going to roll that. Okay, you do have some time to prepare. They're definitely obviously coming because I've seen you standing up here. And obviously they are Carnivores.
Which way would they appear to be approaching from, and roughly how long do we have? Do we think?
You reckon you've got about 30 seconds, and they were all circling it, so they're probably going to hit you on all sides at once.
They're flying, or
No, they
Burrowing.
both. They're sand sharks.
Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
Basically called boulette. I've never worked it out. Land sharks, aren't they?
Hmm.
Particularly. So you've got about 30 seconds to prepare. So how do you want to prepare?
Leia will probably use her magic to boost herself up a little bit in the last sort of 12 seconds before they arrive.
And I'm going to drink one of these potions of minor relief to get rid of this fatigue for the next hour, because I'm not going to be able to deal with those penalties.
Absolutely fine. Okay, so Sassafras. What?
And I'm going to
I'm not going to worry too much about the whole real countdown of time. So I'm going to go down the list. You've got multiple actions you can take, if that makes sense. So within reason, obviously. So I'm trying to give you a chance to all do some prep work. So Sassafras, the first thing you do is you take the potion of relief, which is absolutely fine. Do you want to do anything else for preparation?
So I can take the fatigue off as long as I put it back on after an hour, right?
Oh, that's fine. Oh, no, I'll just put the effect on it. That's fine. The potion will have an effect. So it just goes on.
Okay,
An hour is 600. It's 10 minutes. 3,600 rounds an hour, isn't it?
About that.
Yep.
Wait, I've got one of my powers that I need. Protection.
Yeah, go for it. The whole point is I'm going down the list so you can buff everyone. You can do what you like. Is what I'm saying. You've got time to do it.
Okay, the protection takes 1 power point. There's 6 of us, and I will cast it on the entire party. So
That costs you 7 power points. You got the raise, which means you can give everyone toughness +2.
Okay, well, put it on them. I don't know how to do that.
You just need to target them, but it's okay. I can do it. I was hoping the combat tracker would be. I know there's a lot more stuff to be done because the combat tracker speeds up, but it would be nice. Don't get me wrong, it is faster than it was. Where's already targeted Thaddeus? I need to target Gastus. Need to target Leia. And you need Walker. It's Aki that's missing. That's. And we just do that.
And that would be what I'm doing to prepare.
Wait for it to actually apply. Huh. That's depressingly taking forever, but that could be my campaign.
Because apparently we don't have our Benny, friends out in the audience today.
Right. Okay. So Sassafras has done. That's Sassafras's preparation. That gets us to Vorka. Vorka, what do you want to do for your prep?
Vorka is going to cast deflection on everybody.
Okay.
Doopy doopy doop doop doop.
I do protection,
Oh, I
you
don't
do
know this.
deflection. Do we got anything else that somebody else can throw out there?
Are you? Oh, actually, are you casting deflection on the
You know,
totems?
that's a good question. I hadn't thought of that. But I think I will.
I'm just about to. Hang on. If it shows a code engaged holding out token of affairs. Yes. No, I was just reading the rules. So deflection potentially could actually help the totems, believe it or not.
So yeah, I will cast deflection on everything. It'll use all 15 of my power points. Do I want to boost anything on that? No, probably not, huh? Yeah, I won't short cast. I'll try and get the full on. Let's go deflection. I'm going to Benny that once just because I think I need to.
You got the raise.
There we go. That is attack at -2 on everybody.
Hooray, Benny!
It's for the GM because no one's out there today, it would appear.
You know why no one's out there, don't you?
Why?
Because they're watching Adam Bradford. He's talking about all the stuff that's coming.
Is he?
He is.
Ah.
I think I freaked the machine out.
Well, it's applying.
It is, just very, very slowly.
Yeah,
Quicker
it's still
than usual.
It's still quicker than it used to be, and this is the
I will grant that, yes.
And this is the first. This is the minor rewrite of the combat tracker. The major rewrite hasn't started yet. Well, Bewildered Badger did already give you all bennies, so we'll say that's Bewildered Badger's 9 o'clock benny. Okay, see, that still was a non-sight quicker than it used to be. Okay, that's fine. Let's clear your targets and then head down to Thaddeus.
Thaddeus is going to cast Mirror Self, and then both of us are going to cast Telekinesis because there's a cliff nearby. So, let's start off with Summon Me. Okay, that'll work. You can add a... Can you add Summon Me to the combat tracker?
We'll draw your characters and start a fresh campaign for the next one, seeing as someone's insistent that apparently broken. Yeah, there's Thaddeus. A second.
Well, hopefully this will be it'll work beautifully now, because it's a proper NPC and we've got a new combat tracker. It'll be fine.
Is your mirror image casting the telekinesis then, or are you casting?
Aye, so is a mirror image on the combat tracker yet?
Okay, you don't see him. There you
go. Right, and then we both cast. So then we do is we then go chunk.
You bet. Well, don't forget, if you're casting things with effects, you do yourself first, and then I'll move it back to your clone.
Aye, this is just me first before we get to the clone. Right, that's not with a ray, so that's telekinesis. That's telekinesis D10.
It is. There we go. So... my word! Something. Oh, hang on. Something happened there. Everyone just appeared.
Woohoo!
So I did update my FG today. I think I've just yes, yes, I did. Everyone just appeared.
That must have finished. Right, we're going to go to Thaddeus clone, and he too is going to cast the same spell.
Okay, moving to Thaddeus clone. You're on Thaddeus clone, so go for it, Thaddeus clone.
So Thaddeus clone. I mean, if anyone's going to test this new combat tracker, it's got to be this. You know what I mean? Nonsense. So he will roll. Not teleport. He will roll. Telekinesis D8. Single die. Gets the raise.
Look, new dice. They're on the new version.
You'll have telekinesis D12.
He will get telekinesis D12. Okay, there we
Not bad
go.
for an extra. And that will be my preparation.
5 power points. That didn't.
That's all right. Don't worry about the power points. I'll figure it out because he doesn't start with that many power points. He automatically loses some.
Okay. It's Crimson Throne. I've got to use the crimson dice. The shadow mage uses the black dice. Okay. What's that? OLA. OLA. I can't read that one. OLA do TV. Hello, welcome. Right. I'm not sure why that effect isn't applying to that NPC. Oh, it did. I'm just not paying attention. What prep is Leia up to?
So Leia is going to cast fast movement on herself.
Okay.
With a raise. And then when that gets on there, she's then going to cast a round later Techniques of the Masters to get improved frenzy.
Okay.
Which she'll have to spend a penny to get power points back to do. And then at the very last second, she's going to spend an adventure card to get all of her power points back.
Oh no, Fancy Grounds just crashed on me.
Oh yeah.
And then we'll summon three shadow allies, 3 shadow servitors.
Okay.
And she will want 3 actually no, she's going to do 2 shadow warriors because she only has 10 power points maximum.
Okay, 2 Shadow Warriors added to the combat tracker. I shall put them either side of her.
No. Put them next to Sassafras's totem and Aki's totem.
Sassafras's totem is there, and Aki's totem is there. There they are.
Because Leia's totem's already got immovable rods on it, and they will hold up Sassafras and Aki's totems so that Sassafras and Aki can step away from them and fight the bullets.
You do know because you do know that a rampaging land shark will just smash through her totem whether it moves or not.
Is she a master spellcaster?
She's not.
Well, that's an asterisk power, as I discovered after this campaign started.
Is it?
Yes, she can only summon one thing at a time. I was about 3 games into the campaign before I discovered that. Went,
well,
oh,
then
not doing that anymore.
Then she'll do it run round, and she'll do it the round after then.
I think you can have one going at a time.
You know, you can have one going at a time.
Can you? Okay.
Yes. I didn't know that at the beginning of the campaign.
Then she'll just have one going. And since Sassafras has got wedges under her, she'll put it next to Aki's.
It's interesting. It's him from the combat tracker. There we go. Okay, over to you, Gastus. What are you doing on your turn?
I'm waiting till the very last second.
Yes.
And then I'm summoning Miragastus.
Go on then. Well, I mean, I'm not diminishing stuff because I'm not gonna. That's the point. So technically, it is the last second, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. Okay. But since that's actually a free action, what shall I do? I know what I'll do. It's the first time I've had a chance to do it, so I will also put a dimensional blade on myself.
Did that thing appear before we? Because I'd already done my prep.
Gastus dog. Oh, done. Oh, default. Yeah. No, I quite like them. I like the throwback dice. You've got faded ink on it.
So Gastus's rapier kind of goes all 2-dimensional. But the damage hasn't hit the combat tracker yet.
Right, here's the thing. We probably want to beat them on the initiative order, don't we? Because to protect the totems.
Probably. You know what? I've got enough power points. I can do that on my other weapon as well, and then we don't need to worry about the.
Can you play another adventure card?
I can play loads of adventure cards.
Right, because I can play one, but I don't really want to. I'll give it to you for funsies. I would get Savage Master Tactician. As a.
Well, I'll give you that one. Sure, why not? I'll have Master Tactician to get to extra cards at the start of the round.
And then that will give us extra action cards.
Mm-hmm.
So we maintain initiative.
Right, for some reason, the +4 damage from my dimensional blade, well, it says it's been applied, in the chat window has not applied on the combat tracker.
What you said? Yeah, dimensional blade. I can see it. I can see dimensional blade.
You can see the AP +6, but you can't see the damage +4, and you can't have an AP bonus until you've got the damage on, as far as the power is concerned. But they go on a separate effect.
All right. You call them both the same thing, because that could be a problem.
Well, one's called Dimensional Blade. Actually, they might well both be Dimensional Blade Smite. But Smite, the power itself has Smite AP +6, 246, and so on, doesn't it? Yeah, because the effects are just AP +246 and damage +2/+4 under the power Dimensional Blade, which is exactly the same as it is on the Smite power.
What's it meant to be the damage?
+4.
Don't be angry.
You wouldn't like me when I'm angry.
Just relax. Don't be sad.
+4. There we go.
Don't be annoyed.
Right. Anything else you're doing before I move on to Aki?
No, I'm done.
Okay, Aki, what's your prep work? And then we can start the combat. The prep will take longer than the fight at this rate.
So we've been buffing each other, have we? Right.
Everyone's buffing, so how do you want to buff? You've already got toughness +2 and deflection on you. So is there anything else you want to do?
So have we got smite? Have we got smites all round?
No, Gastus can't smite anybody other than himself.
I can smite everyone, so...
You can smite everyone except Gastus. Gastus is already smited.
Yeah, most of my powers are self only.
Yeah. Forker even cast deflection on the totems.
I buffed every.
One, two. You haven't got Thaddeus as far as I can tell. You haven't got Sassafras.
You, because Sassafras only fights with magic. Can you use?
Yeah. So yeah, I was gonna say there's no point in buffing Sassafras's spells. Which I took her off to save you power points.
But you could actually Mirror Gastus can buff himself. So the things that Gastus got, the Dimensional Blade should also be on Mirror Gastus.
There's not. There's Sassafras and Sassafras's totem. Sassafras is standing on her totem.
I've got to like sit with my back up against it to keep it steady.
Go on then, hit that smite.
You've got Gastus targeted. You don't want to waste that power point.
There we go.
Have I got the real Thaddeus or the Thaddeus ghost?
You've got the Thaddeus clone. there's the real Thaddeus. There you go. Unless you want to put it on Thaddeus clone as well. Do you want to put it on Thaddeus clone as well?
Is Thaddeus clone able to fight?
He's identical to Thaddeus, it's just not as good.
And yeah, he's getting it. So that's how many people am I targeting?
Blade onto.
I'm spying 5 people.
Yep.
Okay.
Go for it. Roll those dice. This is not the fast.
Do you mean
is
these
slower
dice?
than the fight, ironically. Ah! This side of Christmas. Oh, you've changed your dice again. Oh, they're nice dice.
Hell, that's not. I'm not having that. That's a rubbish roll. I need to get a good one.
That's better. Hit that smite effect, and I can start the combat.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. I was going to think of getting a raise, but that'll do.
I'm on effects. Yeah, I'm on effects. That has slowed down a bit now. Although, remember when it was rather
Alright.
fast? Do you remember when it was almost instant?
Mm.
I don't know what they did to
But
change the code.
are we remembering the days before Pathfinder?
Right, okay. Clear targets. Clear targets. Let's go for it. New round. Here he comes. A totem. And off we go. Looks like I can start this. See what we get. All those cards. Tell you what, this combat tracker seems to have frozen. Oh, there we go.
Dealing cards.
It is indeed. So I just need to do that and then that to show all the bad guys.
And then I need 2 more cards, please.
What do you need 2 more cards?
Because I've got the Master Tactician edge for this battle, thanks to an adventure card play. So I get 2 more cards, which I think can then give out to allies.
Don't you have to make a roll to get the cards, or do you just get them automatically?
No, you get them
You just get
automatically.
Oh, okay. You've got the ace of spades, ace of clubs, the 2 of
No, I've got-
spades.
Well,
Talking about yesterday, we deal with the public, deal off the different second deck to the public, and you use them as action card, but it's an exception to the rule. Right, there we go.
I don't have to give out the 2 of.
No,
two
you
of
don't have to give them
spades.
out.
We won't.
Nope.
Let's give Leia the ace of clubs, since she's actually very good at hitting things and would be better on that than on the 3 of hearts.
Okay, Leia gets the ace of clubs. Yeah, Leia's on the ace of clubs. It's like people are spending bennies to move their cards up and down, which is all very well. Okay. Shadow Warrior should have actually been Leia, shouldn't it?
Should have been on Leia's
Actually,
card.
that
yeah.
Shadow Warrior shouldn't be there at all.
Is that the one that? Yeah, that's the one that isn't there, isn't it?
Find out when I delete it.
n-
No. That's fine. There we go.
Now there's no Shadow Warrior on the map.
There is. It's
Oh, no,
there.
it's back again. It's
Yeah,
back again. It wasn't there
yeah.
for a second.
No, I know because I deleted it.
Right.
Oh, I'm going to get down. I'm going to go down. I'm going to go down. And I'm going to browse the deck. Leia's up first, by the way.
Right. Well, since Leia can run without any multi-action penalties, we might as well, or with any running penalties. So Leia's got a pace of 22 this turn. So Leia will go there. And we'll pounce on those 2 bullets.
Technically, they're underground until their turn, so you'd have to go on hold.
Okay, in that case, Leia will go on hold.
Technically speaking, they're still burrowing. So I decided to be nice and give whoever had the worst card the ace of hearts, but I couldn't actually give an ace of hearts, so it turned out to be an ace of spades. Diamonds, rather, which technically... But so Thaddeus is up now.
So
What do you want?
Oh, Thaddeus is on. Haven't arrived yet, so Thaddeus is on hold.
Thaddeus, yep, Thaddeus goes on hold as well. That's absolutely fine. That brings us to this boulet here. Ooh. It's the first one to tunnel
You've hidden all
above
the
the ground.
NPCs again.
Yes, I know, because I've just
They've gone
remembered.
burrowing, okay.
They won't actually appear above ground until they turn on the combat tracker, and then they'll burst out of the ground. Or keep tunneling. This one's going to tunnel to there and then burst out of the ground.
Leia's Shadow Warrior would like to come off hold at that point.
Okay, go for it.
But I can't see the Shadow Warrior on the combat tracker to get to its stats. Weird. There it is now. So if I click on that, it should bring up its stats.
It would appear that I've turned off an awful lot of Shadow Warriors all over the map all of a sudden. I obviously I turned all the NPCs off by mistake. Turn them all back on.
So it's opposed athletics to interrupt, isn't it?
It is opposed athletics to interrupt.
No, doubt that's going to happen, but we'll see.
I don't know what's going on here. Something very weird's going on. If I add the Shadow Warrior to the map, there he is. Okay, for some reason I had 4 Shadow Warriors on the map, and I don't know why. Okay.
Might be any athletics, I don't know.
Okay, the Shadow Warrior successfully interrupts the boule.
But so does Thaddeus, and Thaddeus goes before the Shadow Warrior.
Okay. Thaddeus goes before the Shadow Warrior, so Thaddeus goes first.
Is that an opposed telekinesis versus spirit, is it?
And strength. Oh, sorry. Yes. First things first, if you target it, yes, it's a spirit check for it to resist. Yes, that's correct. So if you target it, it makes a spirit check to resist your telekinesis, doesn't it? And then if it fails, then it will be opposed strength. If you want to pick it up and push it. Or no, if you get past it, I think it just works, doesn't it? I need to check.
Yeah, but that's just a spell casting roll, isn't it?
Well, you've already cast it. That's the whole point.
That's what I mean.
So
it's
picking a new. The caster may release a victim or tool as a free action. Picking a new weapon for action. Selecting a new unreading target is an action and resisted as above. So your first action is an action to target an unwilling opponent. So unwilling target is resist the arcane skill with an opposed spirit roll. So yep, you make so as an action you target the boule and make a spirit check, a spell casting roll. Or sorry, I should say witchcraft roll. Witch.
I think it might have worked.
Okay, so you got. Oh, it was spell casting for a witch. I couldn't remember. You beat it by 28.
right.
Is it stealth the same as its spirit then?
Oh yeah. Sorry.
Right. So I get to move it.
Well, hold up. Targeting is an action. I mean, it doesn't matter, but if you're doing another action, there'd be a -2 penalty on your first thing, so you can now get to move it, yes.
And you only get to move it if you've got enough strength to lift it.
Where does it say that?
In the rules on the strength where you can't pick things up unless you're strong enough to pick them up.
Exactly. So, I suspect... Yeah, I can't move it.
You can probably grapple it. You can hold it in place.
Actually. I know it's in the superheroes, the superpowers companion.
Superpowers companion?
Yeah, because that has all the rules for extra strength, doesn't it?
Did I just grapple somebody in 2nd edition AD&D here?
You might have done.
Okay.
Okay, so anyway...
You need a strength of D12 plus 6 to be able to carry a boule. Possibly D12 plus 7. They weigh 2 tons each. So several tons. So it's D plus but 7. There we go. So you can't pick it up.
But you can probably grapple it using your telekinesis strength instead.
And of course you can still bash it. Oh no, because that's bashed into the floor or ceiling. You can manipulate it, you can move it, you can grapple it if you want. Why is Aki rolling a shit ton of dice?
I'm just showing the dice off.
Blue and
They all the
purple.
new ones. Did you disconnect to buy all the new dice and reconnect or something? Is that why you disconnected earlier?
No, Fantasy Grounds crashed.
You went and bought all the new dice.
Oh no, Fantasy Grounds crashed.
You went and bought the new dice bundle. Did it release in
Yeah, I
while
just
the
see
game
it appeared.
started?
Just I could click refresh on the page and it was available, so I bought them.
Ah, complete this bundle now. I'm not restarting. Oh, it's only $10. Okay, confirm order. Pay for them now. Next time I'll have the new dice. Scan my fingerprint so I can pay for them. Right, stop rolling the
Radiant?
dice. Stop rolling the
Radiant?
bloody dice. What are you doing, Thaddeus?
I've passed my turn.
Right, fine, you didn't tell me. Okay. Gastus, what you
So
up
the
to?
Well, the Shadow Warrior is going to. No, it's not me.
No,
It's the
Shadow-
Shadow Warrior.
Okay.
So the Shadow Warrior is going to, as it bursts out of the ground, swing wildly with its Shadow Blade. If that wild attack goes on there, which it did.
Oh, that's a fancy new icon.
Yeah, there's lots of fancy new icons there, couldn't they?
Really missed by one. Damn it. Oh, well, can't spend any bennies, so that'll be that then.
Okay, so now it's the Boulet's turn. Okay, so
Unfortunately.
the Boulet is going to attack Aki.
Who's jealous because I've got dice and you haven't, you fucker?
Well, okay, Boulet's. The Boulet is spread out on their attack, each shooting its own target, doubling up on prey if there's only more Boulets than targets. There isn't more room. There isn't enough room for more than X at once. So any pace angrily about the tower on the tip. If Boulet attempts to attack a character engaged in holding up a totem but fails, the creature's attack has a 50% chance of striking the totem instead. That's what I was looking for. So I'm going to attempt to attack Aki. Did anything? There it goes. So that's a miss. The totem, it misses Aki and it misses the totem. Okay.
So does the deflection on the totem mean that it's actually only got a 48% chance of hitting?
I was going to basically. I was trying to work out. Well, no, if you, it'd be 40% because it'll be a 40% chance rather than the 50% because if you think Pathfinder was D20 and what in Savage Pathfinder it's a difference. A difference of 1 is about a 1. I already did that.
Has Belay number 1 appeared as well?
Belay number 1 should not be visible now.
Okay.
Belay number 6 appears to attack Leia.
Leia will not come off hold yet.
Leia is not holding that totem because she doesn't need to.
No.
Therefore, that totem will not be. There's no chance of it being attacked. Okay, now I'm going to attack Miragastus. Isn't holding up a totem.
Well, good luck for that, because Mizzer Dracus can't turn because he's not in the combat tracker.
Yes, he is.
So Miragastus will counterattack.
Miragastus will counterattack. Go for it, Miragastus.
Where are you, Miragastus?
I tell you what, the only thing I've decided I don't like about this combat tracker is my eyesight's not good enough to tell if something's visible or not visible. There's 11 of them out there. That's a lot of bennies if they all say it.
Viewers, please say, let the bennies flow.
Failed by 1 again. Never mind.
Okay, what's next? Aki's up. It's a rather large creature trying to eat you, Aki. What are you going to do about it?
I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to cast some spell in it, probably.
Actually, for hover, the trick is actually I can't tell if the icon's there or not, but hover over them, it tells you they're visible or not because you can see hide or show MPs. That's okay. My eyesight's not good enough to see. I'm going to.
Bullets, beasts or monsters?
That's a very good question. I think they are magical beasts.
Does Beast Friend work on magical beasts?
If you've got the asterisk version of the power, if you've got the upgraded,
No, not yet. Not yet.
You need the upgraded to work on magical beasts.
That's what Boulay looks like.
Oryx. Okay, well, I'm going to try and entangle it with some fatigue.
Entangling with fatigue. Go for it. Mind you, it's got nice high strength, so it should be able to break free nice and easy.
And tough as well.
Go for it. Make your faith roll, Mr. Druid.
These dice are radiant.
It's not very druidy. Got the new dice now, but I have to restart them. I can't believe I didn't pick up.
Does that make him bound or entangled?
You needed the 8 to make him bound, so he's only entangled. Entangle effect made. This 10 cannot
I'll
move.
stay with this totem, haven't I? So
You've got to hold it upright. This very small area up here.
it's a small
Area. This fight. It crowded quite quick, and all your totems might be.
If only they came up on the lower level instead, that would be far more convenient.
I know, but it said they come on day 2. Players seem to be too busy playing with things to actually be fast today. It's quite depressing.
All right.
Pulse effect applied. I just noticed the little halos on the 6. That's quite nice. 2 hits, both with raises.
Meh.
No damage to the first one. Second one. No damage.
He's going to spend a penny.
Got the 15 on the second one. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Can't actually pass the turn from the token. So.
No, that's fine. That's absolutely fine. Okay, Boulay number 7 is going to burrow out of the ground and come charging towards Gastus, who is technically... Well, actually, you've got yours pinned up, but it's only supporting it, isn't it? It's not holding it. So he's technically... Oh, dear. Okay. Oh, dear. He's hit your totem.
Not much I can do about that, is there?
A desperate character can attempt to drop a totem on a Boulay. Wow, an evasion check to avoid it. I like that. It's quite desperate. 50% of striking the totem instead. Oh, you were lucky. Just enough.
Clearly, Clearly, it's my counter attack that has stopped it from damaging.
Indeed. But you do get to counterattack, don't you?
I do. So I need to be on me. Right. No, I'm not trying to target things with that. I'm trying to select Gastus so I can then target with it. There we go. Right.
Oh, bollocks, sorry. I was trying to be helpful and I turned it off, but it should be on again now.
Right. So
That selective is great, but you've got to get used to it. It's quite... Oh, dear!
oh, really?
Oh, well, we know what you've got to hit, don't we?
Yeah. Shame I've got +4 damage and AP 6 on it, isn't it?
But AP doesn't matter because it hasn't got any damage. Oh,
There
dear.
you go. I've destroyed it.
Remember, you can always re-roll and choose the lower damage.
I guess I can. I think I will.
Don't forget, you haven't actually done... Hold far. Don't hold far. You've only done... you haven't actually done 35 points of damage because it's hardness, isn't it? You can't explode. So it's only 21 points of damage.
It's only 21.
Yeah.
Bear in mind, unless I roll a double 1,
Yes.
I can't get less than 10.
I'm not. To be honest, I don't think it's realistically realism. I think actually making you smash your own totems. Yeah, actually, it is fair. Go on, smash your own totem.
So unless I roll a double 1, it's destroyed. So Gastus is out.
But there's a deflection on it, so
You might roll a double 1.
you might roll a double 1.
I might,
Yeah.
but is it worth 5 bennies just to hope for a double 1?
You never know.
Spend 1 penny and get a double 1.
No. I got a 1.
Okay. Okay. Give me a second. I'm gonna be 9. Yeah, your dice are just too horrible. Yeah, I'm afraid you smash it. I'm gonna have you smash your totem. It was a crit fail. I thought, well, it does have a deflection, so maybe it's it will deflect it and not be affected. But alas, no. I'm afraid you smashed your totem. Sorry. I feel sorry for you, but that's okay. Only one of you technically needs to survive through.
Yep.
Okay, now it's actually your go.
Well, now I've got nothing to protect.
We hit Boule number 7. Two wounds. Well, that's the end of that one. Boule number 7. That was 22 points of damage. That's the end of a hit.
And then I'll go down to that one and stab it with my other weapon.
Okay.
Right, this one is currently vulnerable, isn't it?
It is. So you can sneak attack it. Two wounds on that one. Down it goes.
Our genie will stay the hell out of the way.
Okay. And that gets us to Mirror Gastus.
Who will attack this one?
You did. You gotta roll that d6.
Yep.
That was nearly a double crit fail. That would have been quite unpleasant. Okay.
Then we'll use his other weapon. He's got a Mangosh as well.
Yeah, I know. That hits. Oh. Okay, it takes a wound and bellows in rage and anger.
That'll do.
Okay, Boule number 1 will emerge from the ground.
At this point, Leia would like to come off hold.
Okay. Can I athletics check? Are you happy with a 6?
No, we can do better than a 6. No, we can't do better than a 6. Oh,
6 is good enough.
okay. Right, so Leia's going to do 2 actions, and Leia would like to pounce.
See how many effects she's got going. Go for it.
I'm just finding pounce. There we go. You know, this new combat tracker doesn't like me putting effects on it, does it?
Obviously, it's there.
It's there now. Okay. Right. So, Leia will claw the one that she's right next to.
My campaign's so full of crud that it's, do you know what I mean? As soon as this adventure ends, I'll build a nice, clean campaign and import all your characters.
I should have done that as a frenzied attack. Got improved frenzy, but never mind.
Okay, that will be a wound upon Boulet. Number 6, apparently.
Yep, and then we'll actually use the improved frenzy on the other one.
Okay. Oh, because she did improve frenzy. Ignore me.
Yeah. So she should have done 2 attacks on the first one as well, but didn't. But never mind.
You only needed 1 hit. Well, that's 6 wounds upon that Boulet. And it takes 2 wounds to incapacitate it. So
Yeah.
very.
And we'll make Boule number 6 because it was hit with a raised vulnerable.
Okie dokie. Boule number 6 is vulnerable. From your quivering palm, or is it? Take your slow.
Yeah.
Your totem's okay, and your Shadow Warrior's technically already acted. So,
Yeah, and so's Bullet number 6 because we were down on Gastus, weren't we?
we were. That means Sassafras is up next.
So she's trying to conserve her energy, so she pulls this wand out of her pouch. It's a bolt with armor piercing 4, but it doesn't put my spell casting on the thing. So I'm going to use my my bolt power.
Yeah, that's fine. That's absolutely fine.
And the damage from there because it adds it in. So
Yeah. One of those things you have to do yourself, as it were. I obviously forgot to do it. That's the hit with a raise, so roll the damage. Oh, that Boulet. Okay, I think that was a really good bolt.
yeah, it has armor piercing 4 on it.
That was definitely a lightning bolt as he just arcs through, smacks it in the center of its plating, and that's the end of that one.
And that used up 1 charge off that wand.
Charge off that
And
one.
then, Rudy's just going to go flying around all excited because it's like, well, and he can stay above the fray.
No problem. Okay, that brings us to Volka.
I presume these are at least size 2.
I think they're size 3.
Yeah. Okay.
I should
They'll
check.
need to be size 2 for me to.
They're at least size 4 because we're getting the +2 to hit them for being large.
Yeah, they're size 4. They're large. They're 9 feet tall and weigh several ton.
They have to be size 4 to get icons that big.
They do indeed, yes.
I'm going to free action cast Warrior's Gift on myself.
Okay. There he goes. Giant killer's coming.
Oh yes.
Okay. As you go charging in, you grant yourself giant killer. Do it. Well, this was a fight I thought could be problematic with them burrowing out the ground, but you guys are just thundering them as fast as they burst out of the ground. I'm a little surprised at your level.
And then I will move back over to my totem and catch it.
Indeed, very sensible. Okay. Boule number 2 will then burst out of the ground here, and we'll go for cease. Hitting cease. Doing. Oh, causing a wound upon cease. I assume you're going to soak that.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll press it for you because I'm feeling generous. There we go. Okay, cease is okay. Okay, Boule number 4 is going to tunnel up and come out here. And attack Thaddeus Clone. And miss. This one is going to tunnel through the ground and appear here and go for Agastus. Missing. You've already counter-attacked, I think, haven't you? Once
Already counter-attack this turn, yeah.
You turn it is then. Here we go. See what we get. Agastus going first on the Ace of Spades, but if anyone else wants to move up the combat tracker, we've got Aki on the Queen of Hearts.
Can I have 2 more cards, please?
And I believe Vorka just got the Joker.
Yep, Vorka did.
You might as well just delete Thaddeus Clone if you can't act.
Oh. It's ridiculously more powerful than it used to be, isn't it?
What is?
Tactician. Used to be make a knowledge battle check and get that many for each successive raids, get a card. Now you get cards every turn.
Good.
Yeah, that's why I said pick it.
We'll give it to Leia. We'll give that to Leia because it'll get Leia ahead of the bullets.
Okay.
The 7 doesn't need to go to anybody because it's not going to make a difference to. Oh, all the bullets are below it anyway.
Walker's first on the Joker.
Okay, Vorka is going to be multi-action. Ying, ying.
Okie dokie.
We're going to start by chopping Boule. Is that number 4? I think that's number 4.
River Rays, according to that big sparkly dice there.
Okay. I was about to go meh damage, but no, that's okay damage.
Four wounds. Oh, I managed to keep the temperature below 33, so 32, but I'm still alive.
And then I will step over here and chop number 8.
Oh, actually, I didn't put the boulette back, did I? Oh, well. Look into that. Two wounds, okay.
And I'll glance over my shoulder at Gastus and say, catch my totem, would you? And then I'm going to just kind of square up against number 2.
Okie dokie. Yeah, it's crapping out sound-wise, isn't it? Okay, that gets us Gastus.
Miragastus comes down and catches Vorka's totem.
Okay.
By Cadence Shaven Scrotum, you can sort it out your bloody self.
Says the bullet. Hmm. Yep, definitely one of Devin's. Okay, that's a wound. Still standing.
Damn it! I forgot that was the one Lair made fun of me. I forgot to apply my sneak attack. Never mind. I'll stab it with my mango as well.
It was raised.
Keep stabbing things with mango juice. Very
Yep.
good.
Mango
You
juice.
got on a syringe, is it? You have some mango juice.
I wanted it with a very sharp kumquat.
Okay. Righty ho. Well, there we go with the end of that one. So with that puts down the boulet. So, the rest of the evening and the night passes uneventfully.
Hang on a minute. I just need to send you a message before that happens.
Okay.
This could be important.
Okay. No.
Please.
No.
In that case, Gastus is going to stomp his way all the way back down to the bottom.
Yeah.
And clearly they have lots of totems for when there are lots of people doing this.
Yes.
And then he's going to get another totem and set it up on the first level.
Each totem, you'd have to wait till the dawn of the next morning, technically, to start again. And each totem is individually marked. But you can do that if you want.
Yeah, Gastus will go and get he will go and get another totem and then set another one up on the middle level.
For the record, you don't need to. As long as one one totem remains standing.
Tavis is aware of that, but Gastus Gastus is a paladin. This is a holy thing. He's going to see it through to the end.
Right. Well, as I say, on the third dawn, because I'm not going to make you. On the third dawn, everyone gets to make another vigor check to see if they're exhausted or fatigued. And obviously, well, only one of you will be exhausted. Actually, I should have got you guys to remove your effects rather than me having to do
I was
it.
trying to, but you were too quick. Too quick. If I remove
Also,
smite, it removes it from all of the people I've
I
put
know,
smite on.
I know. That's the point. If you remove it, it takes it off everyone. If I do it, I have to do it manually. Okay, it looks like everyone. It looks like Aki is fatigued by the second 40.
I
48.
it.
Oh, you buried it. Okay, doesn't matter. It's only a point of fatigue, which will go away with a good.
Yeah, point of fatigue. Yeah, I don't want one of them. They're point of they're horrible and evil.
Okay. As long as one totem remains standing, everyone in the party is accepted as an ally. It should be pointed out, Gastus, that taking another totem, setting it up, would possibly not. I'm going to say you're clever enough to do this. We should create the full. Oh yes. I wish I could get convinced to create full frontals. I went, pardon, I had to read that again. Talking about Devin Knight's tokens. Actually, you do think that it might be deemed as sort of disrespectful or possibly insulting to them if you try and sort of fiddle the rules of their
Also,
challenge.
might be cheating. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to fiddle it. Gas just wants to do the full 2 days again.
You don't need to, because anyway, because at least one totem's standing and the start of the third day. I mean, on the stuff, you all count as.
I'm going to say, are these
members of
bullet
the tribes.
things normal for this? Are they? Are boule normal incidents when you're sitting there holding totems?
Well, they are creatures of the desert. They are creatures of the desert. Yes.
They are creatures of the desert, yes, but usually they attack based on movement.
So why did they attack us when we're sat here doing nothing? Yeah.
Because the writers of the adventure say they did.
No, I think someone set it up. I think
I was
someone
going to
set
say
it up. I
because
think it's a
what's his name
conspiracy.
called him up here. Yeah.
Wait, have we succeeded?
You've succeeded.
We have
That's the point.
succeeded.
You are all members of the tribe. I'm just tidying up. It's obviously distracting me more than it needs to. Also, I'm a bit
Is it
confused by
appropriate
this.
to play that there?
Yes, I will allow that.
Okay.
Decided to do what a bit slower so it doesn't all overload each other.
Yep.
After those miserable 2 days, we all deserve something.
You do. Right. I'm afraid, Gastus, you can always come back another time to do it, but you don't need to because you're now a member of the tribe. Okay.
Right.
As long as even one total standing in the party accepted as for even among the Slarklar, those whose skills lie in other areas of fortitude is now simply attempting the test where at least one ally succeeds is enough, because the point is it's like a team event, as it were. So you're okay on that score. I'm just tidying up.
We had 5 out of 6, and we'd have been perfect if it hadn't been for, well, Justinius.
If it hadn't been for an evil GM. But before the jubilation gets too out of hand, the Sun Shaman holds his hands high for silence and personally welcomes those who succeeded at the trial into the Skull Club. Which is interesting because that contradicts what you just said up there, because you obviously all welcomed him. Anyway, see what he says, shall we?
Those whose totems still stand are Shamek no more. They are Sklarkwa. Come, you must be exhausted after the trial. I have prepared magics to refresh your bodies, but I recommend taking some time to truly rest and recover. Let us return to Flameford as one tribe, brothers and sisters of the Sklarkwa.
Okay, so
I have family.
So 5 totems remain standing. So that's 5 points for 5 successes. And here's on 1 respect. No, you earn 1. So that's 6 respect points in total, which takes you to 30. Congratulations. Once you've earned it, you built enough esteem to learn what the Sun Shaman knows. Okay. So otherwise you need to. The Sun Shaman is ready to divulge. So basically, he heals Sassafras of any fatigue. Anybody else who's injured or anything, he would also help them. But none of you are okay. Gastus, obviously, if you really do feel strongly, you can come back and do the trial another time. I think that's the sensible way to go.
His code of honor would demand nothing less.
Well, that's absolutely fine. I mean, the only reason I'm saying not now is something you could by all means start now, but given that I know from a better gaming point of view, I'm afraid you'll get very annoyed when something else stops you from completing again today. But you can come back later. That's a bit of better gaminess. Okay, he wishes to seek out. I'm just okay. Okay, well, the Sun Shaman is ready to divulge what he knows. He first wishes to seek out the wisdom of the ancestors by travelling to the Callow Mounds to commune with them. This trip will also boast of the knowledge of the eruptions. Oh, actually, you've probably got 2 days to do it then. They will return to Flamefoot in but a day. So actually, you can, if you want to stay here, you can potentially do so.
Yeah. Though Gastus is now on 2 days without sleep, he will carry on doing it.
Okay, so Suggest you take that day to rest and recover and relax. While you're gone, Krogan is given command of the tribe.
He may deny you the opportunity to try again.
No, he
might.
Well, we'll see.
Well, I did beat him at a game, so if he's in charge, he probably would say that he's not going to let me.
Hey. So, everyone else comes back down into town, apart from Gastus, who's staying... Well, it's a 20-minute walk away. I think Krogan will basically convince you that this is not the time to do it. You need to rest. You know what I mean? The trial of the totem is to be undertaken when one is capable of completing it, and after already having been up there for 2 days. Do you know what I mean? He says there is no shame in coming back another time. He almost seems begrudging.
And Sassafras is going to butt right in and go. And besides, Gastinius, if they're going to tell us what we need to know, every day we're gone, Korvosa is dying.
You always come back later. Become part of your campaign story, can't it? About how you came back and did it. Okay, dokie. So, okay. I think at this point, I'm just reading on. I'm just refreshing my memory. Okay. So there's celebrating, and obviously you're now your own deemed members of the tribe. And even though Gastus technically isn't, which is interesting because it seems to contradict itself. It says if everyone does it, you're members, and then the shaman says those that did it are members. So I'm not entirely sure what's going on there. I suppose you're an honorary member, whereas the others are full members. Just trying to remember what happens here. When okay, it's dusk at this point, which obviously for people that don't have lighting limitations, so other people go find.
Only for me, because my light power should be off because I've not needed to snap another sun rod recently.
No, that's fine. So everyone gets to make a notice check, please. Celebrations are going on. Okay. You notice that that there appears to be gargoyles flying out of the dusk towards the camp. Before, however, you can say much more than that. Well, you estimate there's at least a couple of dozen of them approaching the camp. A voice, a female voice, cries out from somewhere surrounding the camp.
Oh, a dear, a female. Sorry.
Calls out, Aki, Gastus, Leia, Sassafras, Thaddeus, Vorka. You are. I lost where I was. You have been marked for death for treason. Unfortunately, you being here amongst these proud and brave Shoanti are consigning them to death. I have no wish to kill this many Shoanti, but you 6 leave me No choice. She then calls out to Krogan, for all intents and purposes, the leader of the tribe right now. If you agree to turn the characters over to us now, or better, even aid us in the slaying of them, I will call off my minions, and you, Shoanti, maybe, will be left alone. Krogan roars in outrage at such a thing because by now you've got enough respect and all that even he won't allow that, especially as now you're members of the tribe. Yeah, you're members of the tribe, and he roars in outrage and decries the offer. And at that point, the attack on Flameford begins. I think that's a good place. I'm going to leave it because it's one hell of a big fight. Give you an idea of what's coming. There's the graphic for the attack on Flameford.
Awesome.
Interesting. What on earth does it say? Oh, I see. Oh dear, I technically need to build another encounter there. So yeah, basically, apparently the show because I see, because the Shoanti will fight on your behalf. It's a smaller fight. If the Shoanti handed you over, God, it's 30 odd bad guys against you. But because the whole Shoanti tribe will fight on your behalf, obviously the big battle's going on, and we focus on you, the part that's affecting you. So, but we shall leave it here this week. I think it's a good time to leave it, and next time we will conclude the adventure. Probably start book 5 all on the same day. Depends how long the Flameford assault takes place. But thank you very much. If you enjoyed it, and I'll see you all next time.
Righto.
Is it Rippers this weekend? I lose track.
It
Rippers
is.
last weekend.
Yes.
Rippers this
last
weekend.
It must be
It
this
was
weekend because I wasn't playing on
Sunday, the
so-
18th of August. So yeah, Rippers this Sunday. Oh yeah, have you guys actually have you done anything in the chat about your? Oh yes, you did say the adventure. You're going to go look for more. You were going hunting, weren't you, for new Ripper Tech stuff? I don't remember if there's been any more chat in the Rippers channel about your plans. So reminding those that are playing that, you're supposed to discuss your plans in the campaign, which I can't find right now. Yeah, you need to design some. Yes, you had to decide, work out what Ripper Tech. You need to tell me what Ripper Tech you want, so I can work out what you need to hunt down to get the Ripper Tech for it. So we'll do Ripper Tech. We've got Rippers on Sunday, and come back and finish book 4 of the Crimson Throne.